I'll ever fix the... Alright, I'll have to do that later. Alright, welcome to some more Diablo 2. Making our way through Act 5. I think we're about a third of the way through. Hunt down Nilithek. However you want to say it. Which means we have easy access to my skeletons. Is it me, or does my character look really fuzzy? Might be the same. It looks a little fuzzy. Everything else seems to look okay, but he looks fuzzy.
The familiar scent of death.
Keeping the wrong keys, my hands are off center. I figured it out. We're back on track. Mercenary made me waste a healing potion. That's the boss creature there.
I am overburdened. Impossible.
Oh, I forgot to put that away. Let's do that real quick. Possible I already have an Eyes and Hearts. I do. One has slightly better defense, magic damage reduced by 2. Yeah, we'll replace it with this one, I guess.
I am overburdened.
I'll set up a gun.
I can't carry anymore.
All this for a chest piece I'm never going to use.
Afternoon.
Oh, I'm here. Let's go check the wands.
Good afternoon.
All junk, as suspected.
I am overburdened. I am overburdened.
The Halls of Anguish. Probably finish it tomorrow. And I'll set me up for next weekend to play my Hollis stream. I might finish it tonight, because I know after a certain point it's kind of like, am I the howler? I don't, we'll see. But the current plan is to not finish it tonight, finish it tomorrow night. Also, glad to have you here, Matthew. Missed you last weekend. You know, I wouldn't mind a CRPG set in the Diablo universe. They've got all the pieces they need already. And obviously, yeah, Blizzard doesn't know how to make ARPGs anymore, so... Based on what I've heard, not from what I've seen. I have not played Diablo 4 yet. I mean, they've got the classes, they've got the setting. Well, no one told me you were going to New York last weekend. I thought I was going to have to call the police. What were you doing in New York? If you don't mind me asking, if it's not something clandestine.
Overburdened.
Oh, I'm out of gold space. I'm not playing Diablo 1. How am I running out of gold space? Did you have fun? I've actually started making grill top pizza. I go get the dough, come home. Well, I toss the dough and everything while listening to That's Amore by Dean Martin. They really can get into the whole pizza making thing. That's this amulet might be worth picking up. What we got? Aw, man, I'm like +2 to summoning skills. But nope, it's only for druids. Still pretty good though. Not gonna get rid of that. I'm not gonna replace my rings. How about the blue? That's been that's my little grill project lately. Trying to perfect grill top pizza. Turned out pretty good. First time I didn't put anything on the dough, so it was a little bland. Then I make this little mixture. I melt some butter, put some basil and some garlic in it, and brush it on the crust. Also, the fire skills. We're finding some good +1 items. Yeah, all my family lives relatively close by, so I see them for all the regular events. Actually, I have 2 family members that share my birthday. So my birthday is kind of a family event. At least it used to be. Not so much nowadays. That's good. I'm glad you had fun. It'd be a shame if you make the trip and it'd be a miserable experience. I've been to New York a couple of times. One time I just drove through on my way to Boston. The other time we did go to New York City for New Year's, but we did not go to Times Square. We were just up there for the around that time. Did some other touristy stuff. I've been trying to get better at the whole grilling thing, and my neighbor makes pro-top pizza, and he told me about it. So, oh, I'm gonna try that. It's pretty good, and it's really cheap because I mean, a thing of dough is only like 83 cents. All the other ingredients are cheap, so you know, compared to ordering out. And it's healthier, because well, I assume. It's not nearly as greasy. Alright, come take care of these guys, skeletons. There you go. Probably not. I looked up how long it takes to beat on how long to beat, and it goes from like 4.5 to 6 hours. So, we'll finish it next weekend. If it takes a little longer, that's fine. I'll just do a longer stream. Yeah, I was surprised by how tough that fight was. Wrath Shifter. Because I saw their health pools. Like, oh, we can one-shot most of these guys. I don't think I had a fire resist elixir active at the time. That would have helped out a great deal. No, this one, I think this game would be fairly easy. I could be wrong, but... It's not gonna have the jank of the source engine, so it should already be easier. Oh. I do really like the mob density in this area. Oh, didn't mean to go to the fray myself.
I can't carry anymore. Impossible.
I mean, so far I felt like it's been pretty easy. I mean, there's been a couple of fights early on because I was being really stingy with my resources, but I don't know, you come across a lot of resources, so there's really no reason to be stingy. But my biggest concern was having to rest too frequently to get all my spells and everything back, but resting more often is actually beneficial because of how often events trigger in camp. It's really a reason not to use up all your resources when you get it right back. Oh, there's no spoilers. Actually, that may have been... That was made this a couple episodes ago. No, I don't think anything even happens in today's episode. That took way longer than it should have because I wasn't focused on blowing up corpses. No, he's no longer part of the A team. Because they did I think a good job with the difficulty checks in Baldur's Gate 3. Most of them are around 10, at least where I'm currently at in the game. Or I guess in the first area. So you don't really need someone that's specialized in a role to succeed those checks, which I think is really nice. It means you don't have to have a Astarion with you, because he's the only rogue out of the origin characters. You can have whoever you want and still most likely succeed in the checks. You may have to cast guidance and other buffs, but then you have all this equipment that also boosts your like sleight of hand and stuff. Yeah, you can take the skilled feat, but I like more combat-focused feats, usually. Unless it's a rogue or some other skill jockey, like a bard or something. Yeah, currently Will, Gale, and Shadowheart are the A team. They're the characters. I mean, I like Karlach a lot too, but I could probably swap out Karlach and Will. They both serve a similar role, though I think Will has a little bit more versatility as a spellcaster. I mean, just with counterspell alone. But they're both pretty potent damage dealers. And you could argue that Karlach should be my party over Will because I already have a charisma-based character in the party. But I also already have a strength-based character, so kind of the same deal. But yeah, I'm trying to keep with the more good aligned companions because one, they approve of my actions. Astarion hated everything good that I did. I am like a paladin after all. Yeah, they both do. And I mean, you can't really go wrong with it. With more damage. But Karlach, I would choose over Lae'zel because of her, she seems more good aligned. Than Lae'zel. Lae'zel, as it gets Yankee, should be lawful evil. That's usually their alignment. I could, but I do like Gale. But based off some of the trailers prior to release, it's possible he won't stay in the A team either. But I'm not going to spoil anything. Now I do know that Halsin becomes a companion at some point, and he will take the role of someone in the party. Probably Will for right now. I think he's a pretty cool guy. Now, I do have a plan for my my A team this time around. Give a hint that I hope that's not too spoilery. I'm going to strive for the canon companions. Because technically my Baldur's Gate 3 Let's Play is a continuation of my Baldur's Gate 1 and 2 Let's Plays. Oh, hello there. Titan's Revenge. Ceremonial Javelin. +2 to Javelin and Spear skills for Amazon. +2 to Amazon skill level. So +4 to Javelin and Spear skills. +30% faster run walk. 194% enhanced damage. Adds 25 to 50 damage. 7% life stolen per hit. +20 to strength and dexterity. Increased stack size. And replenishes quantity. That is really good. I mean, he put someone else in charge. He has a more pressing quest to attend to.
I can't carry anymore.
Running out of space. What can we get rid of? I'm stuck with a lot of green and unique items. A 4-socket, 3-socket. I can get rid of that. Also on the paladin skills, won't get rid of that. Again, don't want to lose any green stuff. I definitely don't need that. Why is that in here? I could probably get rid of a lot of these jewels as well. Fissure and Molten Boulder, I'd probably get rid of that. Almost make that work. Go back here. All right.
I am overburdened. I am overburdened.
Alright, let's go sell this junk.
What do you need?
Not sure why I held him to that ring. Maybe I thought about making a golem out of it. Alright, head back. I just like collecting them. Not really much of a reason other than that. I like shiny things. The Viper Druid, unfortunately, I didn't get to do her little quest. I didn't realize it was going to complete the quest by rescuing Halson before investigating the Shadow Druids. I did miss part of a quest. But, I mean, I definitely guessed right that those rats were Shadow Druids within the Emerald Grove. Yeah, I don't mind the four party size for like a turn-based game. I also like larger party sizes though, so I'd be okay with 6 as well, or 8, or however many. There's no reason why you can't or should be able to field every companion you have in your roster. I know it'd be a balancing nightmare for the encounters. But it'd be fun. I guess we'll never know, because Halson... Well, I did speak to him after we rescued Halson, and his dialogue hadn't changed. So I'm guessing not. Wrath Slime. Did we already fight Wrath Slime? This stream, I know we fought him.
I can't carry anymore.
With that and all the roleplay options and all the like class-specific dialogue. But yeah, I mean that's one of the reasons why I'm excited to do multiple playthroughs as well. I'll use a different party. That'll be a good time.
I am overburdened.
See, I used to play games the opposite. I'd always do an evil run my first playthrough. Which, in hindsight, didn't make a lot of sense because you discover where like all the quest rewards and stuff are in a good run most of the time. But evil run can also tell you where all the good loot stuff is. Like, oh, I should probably kill this guy in my next run because he's got this weapon on him. Fight the Slayer. And teleportation, but Can't use it to run away. That's what happened to me as well. I exited. No, I ended up going back and fighting them. I left. They came back because I meant to fight them on the way out. But I fast traveled back for something. Probably to sell stuff or turn in Halsey's quest. I've had a couple of close fights. I think going through the Kresh was really fun. Humongous. Plus 115% enhanced damage, adds 8 to 19 damage, 33% chance of crushing blow, plus 27 to strength, requirements plus 20%. That's an awful final modifier. Yeah, that's usually how I approach it too. Though sometimes I'm a little bit more limited because I tend to play like a paladin first, which means I'm usually stuck in a certain alignment, which does limit some of my response to my first playthrough. But usually, in most cases, my the paladin roleplay lines up with what I'd say anyway. I had a guy tell me that because I did that, I didn't know how to roleplay. He's basically telling me I was playing the game wrong. I'm pretty sure he was trolling me. He got really hostile. He ended up deleting his comment. Though, I did take a screenshot of it. So... remember, folks, if you post something on the internet, it's there forever. I thought about putting it on Reddit. I think I may have mentioned it in stream before, but I was thinking about doing like uploading images of really goofy comments on Reddit. I also don't want to shame people. Because you never know. You never know what's going on with somebody. They can be. I mean, I think you approach lawful good with reason. You don't always have to take the lawful good option either. I mean, there's a spectrum, and I think that's one thing I like about the about 5e is that you're not lawful good as a paladin. You also don't worship a deity. I think that's nice too. It's a nice change. It's an oath instead, so it's your own internal conviction. So you can kind of roleplay it however you want, because as long as you're sticking to your convictions, your beliefs, then you still have your paladin powers. That is a fantastic change. It also opens up a lot more roleplay options because you can, I mean, obviously not in a video game because you're limited mechanically. But, like in tabletop, for instance, you can make an oath on it, whatever you want, and have that be your conviction. Because I didn't really like the paladins being associated with deities in these fantasy games, because usually gods in fantasy games are jerks. And not someone you really want to be beholden to. There not something I can click on in here? There's a icon on the map. Yeah, that makes complete sense. If you're gonna worship somebody and get powers from them, you have to adhere to their tenets. Well, not all paladins have to be lawful good. There's different subclasses for different alignments. For the most part, though, they are lawful good. But there should be... I'm not super familiar with the tabletop and all the classes that are available for it. But there should be like a paladin for the older editions, like one for each deity, essentially. So there should be one for every alignment. Yeah, there's another non-lawful good paladin archetype. I don't know announced yet.
I can't carry anymore. I am overburdened.
Yeah, there's a couple more as well. There's the Grey Paladins, I think, in Pathfinder. Or maybe that's the D&D version. I think Anti-Paladin is the Grey Paladin. I like being lawful good. I mean, again, that's usually what I tend to pick anyway. That'd be my natural path. Maybe leaning a bit towards the neutral good. Hey, we have teleport and poison resist 24. Ooh, that's okay. I'm not gonna get rid of it. Because teleport is really, really good on a Necromancer. Or on a summon Necro. Oh, you're summoned stuck in a spot? Or you're in Act 2 going through the tunnels and all of your skeletons can't attack the bugs you're fighting. Just teleport. Because it teleports all your summons with you. Can you be a lawful good paladin of Tiamat? Because Tiamat's not good. Yeah, I guess they typically are pretty strong. Like even in the Pathfinder games where the summons aren't particularly powerful themselves, they just, you can have so many of them and they soak up so many attacks. I mean, Animate Dead is just a extremely potent spell, and like in all stages of Pathfinder. I haven't used Animate Dead yet in Baldur's Gate 3. I don't really use summons that often. I have a couple familiars, but nothing too crazy. That might change when I get a druid in the party, but we'll see. Yeah, I mean, any sort of turn-based game, I think summons are really powerful because when it comes to turn-based games, it's all about action economy. It doesn't really matter if, you know, the summons are powerful. You just need more turns to your side, and it's going to automatically weigh the fight in your favor. That's usually how turn-based plays out. It's all about that AP. Also, I do want to point out I found 2 unique items in this area so far. I feel like, isn't this entire dungeon pretty common for, like, grinding runs? I'm pretty sure that it is. The entire, like, Neothek, or Nilithek, Halls of Vaught, Halls of Agony. And I found 2 unique pieces of gear just casually playing through a nightmare. I don't think it's ever happened to me before. Actually, what happened here? Where are all my summons at? I didn't see them all die. I'm guessing it was those archers that we saw earlier that messed up all my summons. I'm not sure. Right, white.
Enough mana.
Yeah, I think it's the most skeletons I've lost in such a short amount of time. The entire time I played this character. I mean, it's gonna get even worse once we get to hell. Hopefully, I can find one of those sweet +4 wands that a merchant sells. That would help out a great deal, because that'd give me more points into, well, ideally, that would give me more points into, like, summon resist. And obviously, skeleton mastery. But I think summon resist is going to play an important role, because I think that's... Oh, it's poison that's killing him. That one guy just dropped dead. Yeah, sorry, I was talking about Diablo. Yeah, it might be streamer's luck. It's not a huge deal, because one of the items is junk. I'd much rather have some boom runes. I think they start dropping when you level 61, so I should hopefully start finding them. I need 2 runes, already have my soul rune. And that'll give me my bone armor, which is fantastic for the Necromancer, because it gives me +2 to necro skills. Trying to explode corpses faster than he can. Cool death animation. Alright. Don't need that heavy crossbow junk. Okay. Gotta find some more bodies for another mage. I haven't played a Call of Duty game in so long. I did spend a lot of time playing, I think I mostly played the zombies in Black Ops. The 2 Call of Duty games I played the most were Modern Warfare 2 and Black Ops 1. Used to tear up servers with the AK-74U and the Python in Black Ops. Then sweep it in from 75 feet away with Commando and Modern Warfare 2. Get Commando equipped. If you had line of sight on somebody, you could stab them. It was a little goofy. Alright, looks like we're finally done with this dungeon. Head on up. talk to old Anya.
Good morning. You have stopped Nilothok, but he didn't have the relic. He must have already given it to Baal. Now Baal will not be tested when he reaches Ariat's summit. Damn Nilothok. I do thank you for trying, though. Please allow me to honor your courage by magically inscribing your name onto an item of your choosing. It's the least I can do. Well, you found me on...
I mean, I could personalize an item. I don't see the reason for it right now.
Afternoon. What does Baal plan to do inside Mount Ariat?
If it's who you think, or if it's who I think you're talking about, there we go. I know words.
Hello.
Then she doesn't even
So
appear in
the
this game.
relic is lost. Do not dwell on failures past. It is your future that matters more.
I mean, technically, I didn't fail. Not the one that let him get the relic in the first place.
Day. Beware. Baal grows stronger with every passing moment.
Every time I hear of you, warrior, your deeds become more legendary. But take heed. You are approaching the very summit of Mount Ariat. I have never dared venture there. It is sacred, our most holy place. The legends say it is guarded by the Ancient Ones, who block the path of all who are unworthy. Your reputation here does not matter. It will be the Ancients who determine your worthiness. Good luck.
Okay, well, I guess we're gonna head back there. To the Crystalline Passage. Plague Wolf.
Impossible.
I think it's... You know, I don't know which one it is. I'm pretty sure it's this one, because this was the way down below to the icy river. So I'm going to say it's this one that's closer to the other exit. I'm probably going to be wrong, but we'll see. I mean, we're so close to this one, may as well go check it out. Warp grid. There's a boss right here somewhere. Moonburn the Unclean. Chaos Drool the Slayer. A lot of bosses, which means a lot of experience. Viper Horn, yeah, 2 bosses side by side. Bonesaw. Something. Breaker. And a bunch of junk. Well, it might not be. Not that I can use it, but plus 2 to battle cry. Dragon Burn the Unholy. A lot of skeletons. As soon as one goes down, though, it's all over. Okay, so attack rating, strength, damage reduced by 2, 10% chance of finding better items. Yeah, not as good. I'm not going to give up my resistances. Wow, Widow the Hunter. Convenient, mana shrine. Alright, second level up this stream. Alright, get our strength up to 90. Then that's probably all the points we'll invest in strength. We should be able to equip any equipment that I need to for my Necromancer. I think I needed 80 for the plate mail that I have, the 4-socket plate mail. Which I'll probably never equip 4-socket plate mail anyway. Well, I need 3 sockets for the bone armor. And for Enigma, should also be a great item. Hey Hector. Just walking around, I killed Nilithak. I have not played Diablo 4, so I couldn't tell you. From what I hear, the main campaign is I heard that it's fun, and then the end game is not. But again, I have not played it myself, so take all of that with a very large grain of salt. I did find a unique axe. I found the humongous axe. And I also found this jade amulet of teleportation. So I finally have teleport on my Necromancer. I don't know, man. Humongous is not a very good unique axe. Has the plus 20% increased stat requirements. You know what, I'm gonna go back from this. I still have it on my person, don't I? Yeah, this one right here. Humongous. I mean, crushing blows, great and all, and I guess the strength and stuff is fine, but the requirements plus 20%. I don't know, as far as unique items go. Like, compared to the javelins that I found, the humongous is chop liver. Yeah, I'm super excited about the amulet. I don't really need it for this area, but it's nice to have. For when I do need it, especially in hell. Like, that's gonna save me a lot of heartache in hell. So thankfully I found it while I was still in Nightmare. I mean, if I found it in Act 1 in hell, I think it'd be okay. Act 1's not very difficult in general. Drifter Cavern. Let me do this. I mean, I feel like there's better ways to get Crushing Blow than that. I feel like that's the main reason you'd use it. We could probably just use the waypoint. instead of using up a teleport scroll. It'll take a few seconds to get there. Then on my person, I need to put that in my stash.
I am overburdened. Evening.
No, not really. The missus and I watched that new Disney's The Haunted Mansion. We have pumpkins we need to carve this weekend. Shadow hack the something. Flare. Also went and bought some of the Halloween Reese cups. Cause I mean, Reese cups are okay, but I always found that the holiday themed ones, like the Easter eggs and the pumpkins, just they taste better than the regular Reese cups. I think it's got like a thicker layer of chocolate. I don't know. I've always been a big fan of them. I'm normally that big Reese Cups guy. Not really a big candy guy. I saw Hocus Pocus 2 last year. I don't remember it very well, so that might be testament to how good it is. Or, you know, the opposite. Freeze all my skeletons? Let that be a lesson to you.
I am overburdened.
Alien's a really good movie. A lot of those older movies hold up really well. My third unique tonight. Look at that. What are the odds? Skull Splitter. Plus 76% enhanced damage, plus 50 to attack rating, adds 1 to 12 lightning damage, 50% chance of open wounds, hit blinds target, plus 2, and regenerate mana 20%. And we are just swimming in uniques. This is the final act. Halloween's always been a favorite holiday of mine. I like the fall season. I mean, as a huge fan of hot beverages, I mean, it's really the best time of year. Finally, I don't know if I mentioned it on stream or not, I finally set up my little coffee corner in the kitchen, which is more of a hot chocolate. It's a beverage bar, but for like tea, hot chocolate, and coffee. We had this little like standalone island against the wall opposite the kitchen counter. I finally got all that set up. You know, that's the same with any holiday or really anything, any fandom, any hobby. People just like to go over the top. That's fine. Everyone needs hobbies, as long as you're not, you know, intruding on other people's hobbies or their good time. Not a big fan of Little Debbie cakes, but it seems as though the early Christmas stuff has finally started to plateau. Kind of comes out at the same time for the past few years. Still obscenely early. I get waiting until like November. I don't like putting the Christmas tree up until December. Some people like doing it on Thanksgiving. My microphone on? Y'all hear that? Is that just me? My new headset, I think my microphone's on. I gotta take care of that real quick. OBS shouldn't be picking up this microphone, but I can hear myself. Yeah, so it should only be picked up. Okay. Yeah, my other microphone was busted in my other headset, so I'm not used to hearing sounds of that, so I need to turn. Distracting. Yeah, no, I double checked to make sure it wasn't being picked up on OBS. OBS is set up to only pick up the actual microphone. Never had to worry about turning off this other mic because the other one, it snapped off of the old headset. And it just brushed against my beard. I mean, I have it pushed up, but actually, I don't know what it rubbed up against initially. When I pulled it down and brushed against my beard, I could hear it rustling in my headset. Just loop back on itself. Honestly, if I just unplug that jack, I don't need it plugged in. How long is this map? Yeah, Maru's not too keen on the my face being near his hip. He's okay with the rubs. He's okay with pressing his face into my chest, but it's not like my face near his. We're not at that stage yet. I forgot to upload the video from last weekend when he fell off the desk and scratched me. He went in and lay between a couple pillows on the couch up here. I took a picture with the intent to upload it, and I forgot. Oh cool, I have all three poison mages. I actually had a cat leave a scar on me. Cats very rarely scratch. Amar really scratched because he fell down, though he has occasionally swatted at me. Like, I'll be sitting on my mouse and I go to grab it. Sometimes takes offense, so he'll turn around, he'll sit there and look at my hand for a second, then he'll smack it.
I am overburdened. I am overburdened.
Then my two other cats, Artemis scratches a little bit. If you pick her up and hold her for too long, or when she's nervous, like the dog's trying to chase her, you pick her up, just start flailing around, or when you try to bring her back inside if she runs out. Apollo, I remember him scratching when he was younger, a little bit. I don't remember what caused it though. He's more of a warning biter. Alright, say alright. I'm done being pet. Gives you a little nibble. Yeah, I have two cats named Artemis and Apollo. They're brother and sister from the same litter. Just like Artemis and Apollo are siblings in Greek mythology. They're actual siblings too. And Apollo's orange, fittingly enough, and Artemis is black. Well, she's a tortie. And then my dog's name is Freya, the Norse goddess. Which is also fitting because Freya's chariot's pulled by two cats in Norse mythology, and we had two cats before we got Freya. And then Maru is named after the Maori god of war, because he has all those scars from where he had that like big laceration on his neck and stuff when we found him. So he looks war torn. Artemis, not so much. Apollo, yeah. Especially lately, he has been really getting into our food. Turn back for a second, he grabs stuff off the table and scurries off with it. You can't leave anything unattended with him. Oh, I would not even say around. He doesn't have to be around. He'll sniff it out regardless. That one time, so at our old place, the Mrs. wanted to put up the like the cat shelves. So like you put the shelves around the room so the cats climb up them and kind of go around the walls of the room. I think this is a bad idea. I thought it was a neat idea because I do want the cats to have more to do, but she wanted to put one above the couch, and I'm like, that's a bad idea. So I should clarify. Putting it above the couch was a bad idea. Everything else was fine. Well, what I was afraid was going to happen happened, and Artemis fell off of it onto my head and like cut a gouge from like the top of my head all the way down the side through my sideburn and down. It was hands down the nastiest cut I've ever gotten from a cat, and one of the nastiest cuts I've ever received in general. And I've lost like a chunk of my hand on a bolt one time, so I've had some pretty nasty cuts in my time. And she also scratched the other part of my head because she like landed full on my head and tried to claw into it. Yeah, Freya's used to not beg so much, but we let her eat what the kid drops in the floor. So she's been begging a little bit more often. And Freya, she can't sleep anywhere but in the bed with us, so she sleeps. It's not just in the bed, she has to be in between us and underneath the covers. Nothing else will suffice. Then she also comes to bed after we do. She falls asleep on the couch before we go to bed, and then we go to bed, she wakes up, realizes we're in bed, comes in, so have to wake up and let her under the covers. Or else she'll sit there and keep pawing at him. And she's not a small dog. She's a 65-pound Rottweiler mix. The only time Freya stays on top of the covers is when she's not actually ready for bed. Stays up and stays alert in case the cat comes in so she can chase her. Yeah, Freya will sleep on the pillow occasionally, but she's often too far under the blankets to use them. Much of that was awkward for Miko. Came home and his spot was taken by another cat. Caltrops came back, was like, "Here, I'll leave for 3 measly years, and you already try to replace me." Let's go back and clear out this other dungeon here in a second. It's probably faster if I teleport back. Oh yes, the Infernal Pit. Yeah, exactly what I need in this area. A resist cold shrine. I'm glad I'm not playing some melee build. That's just these teleporty guys all across the map. So leave it up to my skeletons. Makes it a lot less annoying. Speaking of Tom Hanks, I need to respond to Matthew's comment on one of my videos.
I am overburdened.
Came up with a witty reply and I got distracted. I didn't type it out. Yeah, Daniel Day-Lewis retired from acting. I'm not sure how how he'd fare playing a cat in a movie since he's a method actor. I don't think that, I think he's seen that already. Because that's not today's episode, that was yesterday's episode, if I remember right. I thought it was... Wait, you asking me or are you asking... Assume you're asking me. I quite enjoyed it. It was a little easy. I think I just happened to be coincidentally prepared for the fight with a big hammer. But I was really excited to fight a big enemy like that. Oh, perfect time to use an elixir of the Colossus. Yeah, someone mentioned in the comments. Was it? Someone mentioned in the comments. I don't remember who it was. That was the hardest fight in early access when the max level was 4. And I can see that fight being a lot more difficult at level 4. But I mean, you can just equip everyone in your party with the bludgeoning weapons and probably be fine. It turns out I did it the hard way as well, because I got the achievement for not using the hammer in the center of the forge. Which, I mean, all the clues were there, but I had to. I mean, if I wasn't able to damage them, I would have put it together. But since I was able to damage them, quite effectively, I may add. I didn't have to think outside the box. Just beat him with a hammer until it was done. I mean, it went down in like 3 turns, so maybe 6 hits. So, yeah, consider my character's a third the strength of a hammer that can mold adamantine ore, so that's pretty impressive. I'll take that as high praise. It could be. I'm just so in tune with CRPGs, but I think that Baldur's Gate 3 in general just seems like one of the easier CRPGs I've played. Which I'm sure is its intent. It's meant to be a game for people new to the genre D&D to get into. Which is what I explained to people when it was announced that Larian was going to make Baldur's Gate 3. And it was in a similar style as the original Sin games. So this is a chance because original Sin 2 was so popular, even for people that hadn't played CRPGs before. And I repeatedly stated that that's why they're letting Larian do it. Because they've already introduced people to the genre of game already, now they can have them introduce them to D&D. And from a marketing standpoint, Larian was probably the perfect choice. I can't think of anyone that'd be better suited for that task, based on their track record. Well, unless you use aid, but even then aid, you don't have access to level 4 aid yet, at level 5. I mean, I'm just barely breaking 60 hit points. Now they have like 13 points in the Constitution on my Paladin, so he's not very tanky anyway. Oh, I made the armors, the medium armor and the heavy armor. Gave Shadowheart, my Paladin, a matching set since they're an item.
Can I help you?
Well, I could sell that. I don't think it's worth it. Haven't used it yet, but I mean, the effect seems very potent, and it's probably something I'll hold on to until the end of the game, just to pull out against certain enemy types. Yeah, I think that the Seucer weapon seems very potent, because it doesn't say there's a DC for it. It's just silences the target. So, if you land your attack, they should be silenced. I haven't had a reason to pull it out yet. Yeah, I might try the adamantine weapons next time. There's also the shield that I'm interested in. But I mean, immunity to crit is invaluable. Anyone can benefit from that. So I'll probably hold on to the Grim's helmet. I forget what it's called. Grim Skull or something. And put that on my paladin once I find better armor than the adamantine armor. But we'll see. I don't know. The next episode, there's so much equipment that I want, and I have to go sell some stuff to get some gold. Yeah, I know a lot of people were hesitant about Larian. I wouldn't say I was hesitant. I knew Larian was going to do a good job. My only concern was I didn't know how tied into the first two Baldur's Gates, Baldur's Gate 3 was going to be. And I still don't know. I mean, there's been some tie-ins already. And of course, we've got Jurgal in camp, so we know that the Dead 3 are going to be tied into the game somehow. So, so far, I'm happy with the story. That was my biggest concern. And then if you paid attention to some of like the subplots in the first two Baldur's Gates, there was a lot of talk of like a Mind Flayer conspiracy anyway. So having all this Mind Flayer stuff become more prominent also kind of fits the bill with the first two games. So overall, I'm pretty happy with the story so far. Well, they restock anyway, so it doesn't much matter. I mean, I can still get infinite gold from the merchant that I found in the next episode, so it's not like I'm missing out. Yeah, it is a bit of a hassle trying to transport everything from camp to the merchant, though. I wish there was an easier way. There might be. Maybe I could pick up the Traveler's Chest and carry it with me. But would that mess up setting stuff to camp? You probably can't pick up that chest. That would be my guess. I haven't tried. Yeah, because the merchants, they resupply or restock like every hour or something. So they get more gold back every hour. I mean, the button is right there. I don't know what the radius on that thing is, but we could send him in by himself and then let him take everybody out. It's probably one of those situations, I'll let him make the choice, and whatever he decides, that's what we'll go with, but our approval rating is so high, he'll probably elect not to do it. Alright, that is going to do it for the stream tonight. We'll pick up here tomorrow and wrap up Diablo 2 Resurrected on Nightmare. We just have the Ancient's Way, the Summit, and Baal himself, or Baal, however you want to say it. I'm going to say Baal. And then we'll be ready for Hollis Dream, and then we'll return to the Diablos, Diablo 1 and 2 again on Hell difficulty. And then back to Pathfinder. We'll do the Gold Dragon run. So hopefully you guys enjoy the stream. Stay safe, stay classy, and I'll catch you guys on the flip side. By flip side, I mean tomorrow.